Okay. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing? We're good? Okay. So, welcome to the Election 2011 South Shore St. Margaret's All Candidates Forum. My name is Rebecca Rose, and I'm going to be your moderator for tonight. I'm the Maritimes organizer for the Canadian Federation of Students. So this All Candidates Forum is hosted by the Public Service Alliance of Canada, or PSAC. A little bit about the Public Service Alliance of Canada. The Public Service Alliance of Canada is one of Canada's largest unions. It represents more than 172,000 people from coast to coast to coast. The PSAC also represents the people who work abroad in embassies and consulates. Here on the South Shore, PSAC members represent Service Canada employees, fisheries officers, Coast Guard employees, and employees from Bridgewater's Harbour House. So candidates from all four of the political parties running in this riding were invited to participate in this forum tonight. The following representatives have agreed to participate and are here with me to my right. I'd like to introduce all of the candidates, and maybe you just want to wave. So Gordon Earle from the NDP, the New Democratic Party. Kris MacLellan, yes, from the Green Party. And Derek Wells from the Liberal Party. So Gerald Keddy from the Conservative Party declined due to scheduling conflicts for tonight.
What's new? What's new? What's new?
I feel like I'm getting booed. Okay, so planned topics for this event are job security, quality public services, childcare, pay equity, pensions, retirement security, and the erosion of democracy in Canada. On your seats, you will notice, or what used to be on your seats, you would notice paper and pencils. Please feel free to write down any questions you may have and signal to the page Jessica. Can you wave? For her to pick it up by lifting your paper. So just signal to Jessica like that, and she will bring the paper to myself. So please put down a preamble or a brief background for the question in addition to your question. Is that clear? Good. Okay. So if you need assistance in formatting your question, please quietly go back to the back of the room and a volunteer will assist you. Your questions will be looked over by a screener who may combine it with another question that was submitted for the sake of keeping to our time limit. The organizers will only be receiving your question submissions until 7:45 p.m. unless otherwise stated. Any questions submitted after 7:45 p.m. will be asked only if time permits. This forum is scheduled for 2 hours. Each candidate will have the opportunity for an opening statement, followed by a moderated Q&A period and closing remarks. We are hoping that the formal part of the forum will be done by 8:30 to allow for you all to have some one-on-one time with the candidates here. We recognize the importance of this election and this riding, and we hope to be able to shed some clarity on some of the issues that we have identified as being important. Our time limit is tight, and we would appreciate if participants respect the format. So our page is Jessica Wiggins, and she will take your written questions. Our screeners are Chris Delibertore. Is he in here? There we go. And Laura Walton. Laura, give a... Okay. Our timekeeper is Nancy McLean. She's in the front there. And I am your moderator, like I said, Rebecca Rose. So let's begin the forum. So we're going to start with opening questions. The candidates all picked a letter before to decide who would go first and how they would be answering the question. So first we have Kris MacLellan, candidate A, with his opening statement.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Welcome. First, I would like to extend my thanks for being invited here in the first place. It's As a member of the Green Party, I'm thankful for every opportunity I have to meet with the people in the riding and to come here and talk to you in front of the media and to get my word out as much as possible. I'm Kris MacLellan. I grew up in an RCMP family. I have seen many different parts of this country and lived all over the place. But I call Tantallon home, and the St. Margaret's Bay and the areas around it have a very special place in my heart, and it's a very great pleasure and an honor for me to be here today sitting with these fine gentlemen to talk about such an important topic as we're going to get to tonight. I have no reason as a Green Party candidate to try to cut down the good work that many of the public servants here and the politicians in our country have done. It's not my intention to slander or to bring anybody down. I hope that by the end of this evening, I leave you with a good taste of what the Green Party represents and give you a good idea of what it is that I hope to do should I be chosen as your next Member of Parliament. Thank you very much.
So next we have Gordon Earle.
Good evening, everyone. Well, first of all, I want to thank PSAC for organizing this meeting. It's a pleasure to be here, and I look forward to hearing from you and to discussing the issues you are concerned about. The New Democrat plan is focused on improving your health services, strengthening your pension, and making your life a little more affordable. Just a couple of days ago, Jack Layton came to my campaign office in Bridgewater and announced a strategy to address elder abuse to an overflow crowd of close to 200 people. We won't wait to lift all seniors out of poverty. We won't wait to hire more doctors and nurses. We will start acting now. I want to return to the House of Commons to work with the Jack Layton team to set a new tone in Parliament. You know, in the history of the Canadian democracy, some of the most progressive programs have come out of minority governments, but not the case with Stephen Harper-led government because he refuses to work constructively with other political parties in the House of Commons, preferring confrontation. New Democrats are committed to making Parliament work. I'm not the type of person that can sit and watch the Harper government brand of divisive politics that challenges the very meaning of what it means to be Canadian without trying to make a change. I'm ready to roll up my sleeves and start providing a different kind of representation for the communities along the South Shore. I've always worked to make our communities stronger through cooperatives and youth groups, as the first Human Rights Commission staff person, as the Ombudsman of Manitoba, and as Deputy Minister of Housing and Consumer Affairs. As a Member of Parliament, I helped gain compensation for merchant mariners and introduced a private members bill to establish a code of ethics for members of parliaments. I fought for the shipbuilding industry, trying to get a national shipbuilding policy. More than ever, I am concerned about ethics in government, and I want to return to Ottawa to finish the job I started. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to having an opportunity to address your questions.
Okay, and lastly we have Derek Wells.
Thank you and good evening, everybody, and I want to also thank the Public Service Alliance for the invite and for organizing this event. And also thank Mr. Earle and Mr. MacLellan. This is actually the second debate we've done today. We were at the high school at Sir John A. this morning, just the three of us. I think that says a lot when we have 300 students in a high school wanting to hear their local MP, and you can't do it for scheduling reasons. Anyway, it says a lot about I think, the whole Conservative government. A little bit about me quickly. I live in Chester. I have a law practice. I've been there since I graduated from Dalhousie, I think 30 plus years ago. I also had a consulting business which specialized mainly in fishery and environmental issues. Former MP, I represented the South Shore from 93 to 97. And like Gordon, I want to go back and finish the job. Allison, my wife, who's here with me, we have 6 children and 4 grandchildren, and love this area very, very much. I worked in Ottawa as the MP for 4 years. I know what the civil service does. I know how they help me as an MP, and I know that they are an integral part of the democratic process. I in fact have 2 children who work in the civil service in Ottawa. I have 2 sons-in-law as well who are civil servants. I know how dedicated they are. I know how hard they work. And I also know, as part of the Stephen Harper agenda, that he wants to trim $11 million from the civil service budget. That means cutting 80,000 jobs. That's not about trimming a little waste. That is cutting to the core of our civil servants. So we know what the Conservative agenda is, and we have to stop it. We know this election was called on a contempt of Parliament motion. Is that red already? I missed the yellow. Anyway, let me pay more attention to the timekeeper there at the fast. Thank you. I'll get the rest of the points in.
Okay, thank you to all the candidates. So now we're going to go into questions.